Hello, nieces and nephews. This is your Uncle Bill, and welcome to week 22. Skadoo! And by the way, happy Memorial Day for all of you who. Today's a day of remembrance for many who have passed in service of our country, and also of former military people. Andrew, great to see you here. And this is Physical Fitness Week. It's going to be a fun time. Uncle Bill's been busy as can be, doing all sorts of crazy things. I have 5 crazy things that all have to do with physical fitness. One of them is I always talk about shopnastics, but I never show some of the things that I get during shopnastics, which also have to do with health. One of them is oranges. This is locally produced, although if you call local Mexico, it's local. Seeing as Mexico is only 2 miles from my border, I mean, I'm only 2 miles from Mexico, however you want to look at it. Anyways, these are great. If you go and you get into the habit of shopnastics, you'll start to learn where all of the local produce is. And Andrew, it's so nice to have you here. I mean, I totally appreciate it. I don't think you've missed a live in months. I just, wow. I just, anytime I can help you, just let me know. I saved one thing that, Andrew, you might be interested in this. Guess how many tripods are in this small bag and how big do they go? That's the quiz for today. Anyways, that had nothing to do with physical fitness, although you can always use your camera and go out for a walk, take pictures of birds, get out and see the country. Another thing that has to do with physical fitness, much along the same lines as this orange, locally produced, is ketchup. Much ketchup these days has high fructose corn syrup in it. They're saying that's the worst thing you can have. Now, this one doesn't. And I'm not sure about high fructose corn syrup. I think what they might find out is it's a well-known fact that sugar itself is addictive. Or many claim. Let me caveat that. Many claim that sugar itself is highly addictive. Many claim that high fructose corn syrup is the most addictive as possible. And Die Bullfrog, Uncle Al, great to see you here. Also, I haven't given a shout out for both of you guys. Check out Andrew's Simple Cooking, great cooking channel, one of the best. And check out Die Bullfrog and 79. I always want to say 89. I don't know why. I think I did say 89 last week. Sorry, Uncle Al. And Die Bullfrog is an amazing channel with all sorts of information about everything, really. I love going there. You never know what he's going to talk about. He does have a lot of good cooking that he shows us also. Andrew, also, I'd like to get one of these days soon, maybe that fry pan. Remember, I'm kind of curious. You could even just tap it into chat where you get that fry pan. The one with the grid, the hex grid pattern. I mean, if you like it. If you don't like the fry pan, then just don't even put it in there because it might be just for show. I don't know. Health. We're talking about health. Now, I am a 2-time cancer survivor. Now, there's 2 things also that are heavily linked to being healthy and not getting cancer. One of them is to drink plenty of good, clean water, which I'm working on. And the other, which is number 3, which I'm going to share with you, is fiber. Reading through any cancer book, seriously, any cancer book just about, and the two things that I found, the one thing that is for sure in every single one is saying that you need to drink more water. Why more water? Because water carries out the waste of your system. It helps with your digestion. It helps with your lymphatic system. It helps with keeping from being dehydrated. And I could go on for probably the rest of the broadcast about the benefits of water. Now, fiber also helps. You could think of this like the toothbrush for your intestines. Good intestinal fiber, clean you out, help clean you out. There's that. And I guess this one really doesn't count because I already talked about cancer. And here's the other cancer book that I had. This was colorectal cancer. Now, many might not know this, and I have shared about being a 2-time cancer survivor, but I haven't shared that I am actually the poster child for colonoscopies. And why is Uncle Bill the poster child for colonoscopies? One, because I was strong and I did not have any symptoms of colon cancer when I went in for my colonoscopy. However, I was stage 2 for colorectal cancer. Had a colon resection, all that good stuff. I cannot stress enough, if anybody watching this broadcast is over 50 or you've had cancer in any of your relatives, to go get a colonoscopy. Now, the way you do cancer, the conventional wisdom is for most cancers, you just take when your relative got it, back off 10 years, and that's when you should be tested for it. That's that. Number 3. All right. How about number 4? As a lot of you know, I've been doing a lot of camping this year, a lot more than normal. And this is just one of the many USDA brochures that you can get about all of the things and places you can go by the U.S. Department of Agriculture for free. Forest Service. That is number 4. And why do I say? Because that is good for your physical fitness. Also, if you're hiking there. I have a friend that I had met when I was hiking over at Lake Miramar. They had these through campers, and one of them asked me to make him a cup of coffee. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. He's just past the 900-mile mark on the Pacific Coast Trail, and I wish I had remembered to copy down his name. I will send it to you guys if you're interested. He's got an Instagram. They were just going through the upper north, down past, what is it, Washington? I think that's the one up near Lone Pine, just outside of Lone Pine, California. The one that's the highest one in the United States. Uncle Al, you know which one it is. But anyways, I didn't really, well, yeah, those mountains are still snow-capped, and they're hiking through there. And he said that they're doing what they call post-holing. And I know exactly what he meant when he said post-holing. It's when you don't have snowshoes. And so what happens is you go a couple of feet and then boom, down. Maybe 4 or 5 feet, and then you climb out, go a couple more feet, and you keep sinking through. So he was post-holing through there. Oh man, I don't think I'd want to be there right now. I'm allergic to snow. I just tell everybody that. 24 years in the snow was enough for me. All right, so that was for number 5. I think I have more stuff here. I thought I did. Day Hiker's Guide to Southern California. That's a nice thing to do. And if you don't live in Southern California, there's all sorts of guides you can pick up for your local area, I'm sure. This one is just kind of like this is a bag, a Chico bag. Now, one thing that I've noticed, I got this one for free. This is a Brita. I'll show you how to open it up and everything. This is very handy for shopnastics. However, I'm showing it to you for one other reason, and I'm sure all of you have noticed it also. Anybody who's been alive for more than 20 years, well, actually more than 30 years. This is the original product, the Chico bag. If you go on Amazon right now and you look for a Chico bag, they'll sell it to you. I got this one for free. The one that they sell to you is not as good quality as the one that this one is. It doesn't have the Chico bag label, which I don't have hanging out here. And I've noticed this with a lot of products. See, nice Chico bag label. Does come with the little carabiner, and they've changed the closure strap here and gone with the cheap plastic one. Now, the original Chico bag, this Chico bag right here, this is made from recycled plastic. And I'm all for it. I got a feeling that the new Chico bags that you get, I don't think they're recycled. This is 100% recycled. It's too bad we don't do that with more things. I would love to see a recycling where you actually have a plastic digester in your kitchen, where you take all of the plastic wrap, everything else, you jam it in there, and much like a trash compactor, except this thing would be thermal because most plastics can be melted. Thermal plastic, put it into a nice big cube and send it off to a plastic recycler. That would be cool. Now, for this week's exercise, I'm open for discussion on that. Andrew, on your, because I remember you and I were talking about weight loss and everything originally when you and I first met and stuff. Have you been keeping up with that? And has it been manageable for you? Because if it hasn't, I can help you with that. Now, with weight loss, oh, and I forgot to say, I'm so sorry. I should have mentioned right in the beginning. Bridget won't be here today because she is, oh, don't leave now. She's still, no. But anyway, she's not going to be here because she's working over at the Sesame Street theme park that they have in Chula Vista. And she is working, doing the store and restocking and getting ready for the weekend and probably doing some Memorial Day stuff too. Well, that's where Bridget is. And then I forgot where I was going, but I was talking about being on a schedule. Yes. It's very important to be on a schedule. And what I mean by a schedule is every morning I wake up, I have a schedule. I have certain things that I do, my morning routine. That is what I try to keep to every day of the year. I am not as good with my nighttime schedule. The truth is, I should turn off my computer at 8 o'clock at night. I should get on my treadmill, do my maxi climber, and then go to bed. Half the time, I get myself onto the computer, and then I don't know. Your mind can drift, and especially at this age, your mind can drift way out. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I've literally found myself at the computer and thinking, and then the next thing you know, a whole hour or a whole half an hour has passed, and I've done nothing. So 8 o'clock is the time that I should be doing exercise, maxi climber, shower, go to bed. If I did that, Uncle Bill would be 10 times more healthy. Unfortunately, I don't always do that. Sometimes I stay up as late as 12 midnight and then I go to bed. I have a lie detector, though, as far as how healthy my day and going to bed late is, and that is called my CPAP. Anybody on a CPAP knows about those two little green guys. I don't know what they are, but one is your like your mask seal, and the other one is how long you had it or something. But they have a line of lights, just like a stoplight, and it's either red or green, and you shoot for two greens. If you go to bed too late, it doesn't matter. I don't know how this thing is like a lie detector. Your mask seal will be red. And the reason why, for me specifically, is I use a nose breather, but somehow I end up breathing through my mouth. I think is part of it. And also, the other part is probably that my brain isn't working as well or whatever. And I just stop breathing. That's part of the reason why Uncle Bill needs a CPAP. Sometimes I fall behind in my routine, but I have lost 9 pounds from following your routine. Gave me Yahoo! That's great, Andrew. I'm glad. And I should actually market that. But the thing is, it's so simple that I would feel guilty marketing it. I mean, if you can tell people, send them my way. I'll help them out. It's just, it's a one-page sheet, and it just says, this, and this, and just be active and drink half your body weight in water every day in ounces, not in poundage. God, that would be different. Change masks. Actually, Uncle Al, it really, my mask fits fine. I'm very happy with it. What I have done is I use a chin strap. Part of it is it's part of my suspicion or just distrust of the whole CPAP altogether. If it's only over my nose, then if that thing stops during the middle of the night, I'm going to breathe. and I just have that fear if I have a real tight seal over everything that would I be strong enough to rip it off? So that's why I still go with an over the nose only. Just it's just it's a trust thing with Uncle Bill. And the other thing, it's a cleaning thing too. If I have just over the nose, the CPAP is actually a lot cleaner because there's just something about all the bacteria in your mouth that, it's going to get into your mask, it's going to get up your nose and all that other stuff. I find that by using a nasal mask only, of course, this is just my own personal feeling on the thing. I mean, I'm not a doctor and I'm not recommending this to anybody, but I find I don't have to clean the mask as often as they say you do. And of course, it's logical. When you breathe out through your nose, that air is getting filtered. It's not getting all the saliva and everything from your mouth. Whereas if you breathe in through your mouth and into your mask, that's basically the same as spitting in your mask. Not good. But yeah, it is a good idea to change the mask, and it's also a good idea to clean the mask. And we need to clean it more regularly and take care of it. But changing mask, if you're going to bed late, isn't going to make any difference. And the reason, I don't know if I still would end up getting the red thing or not, because I don't have that kind of a mask. But I have noticed, because I was getting that red thing more often, even going to bed on time. So I added the chin strap, and the chin strap hold my mouth shut. And I don't even think that it really holds my mouth shut. It's just something subconscious that makes it that I know that, my chin should be up because it's not real strong, and I think it's actually backed off a little bit over the years. But I got 2 green lights today because I went to bed on time last night. Is everybody enjoying their Memorial Day as much as possible? I know one of the things that I'm gonna do right after this is I'm gonna go over to our commissary, which, has traditionally been closed on holidays, and why they don't still close it on holidays, I don't know. It's not economical. It's not happy time for the people working there. I know what it's like working on a holiday. I've even had to work on my birthday in the military, lose a lot of birthdays in the military. So my heart goes out to these people that have to work at the commissary on a holiday. So I'm going to go over there and do some business over there so that they're not working for nothing. It's probably even more frustrating to them because I remember when they first started, because this policy has not been in effect forever. It's been in effect for probably the last 10 years or so. I don't know. But I remember when it first went into effect, yeah, I went over there on a holiday, and there's like 2 or 3 people there because we all were used to it being closed. Why open on a holiday? It's like, why did they ever take away Sunday blue laws? That could be a day when everybody goes out and has their physical fitness to keep in shape. Well, I hope that they close the stores in celebration of the Queen's holiday, because there's just something that should be sacrosanct about holidays, and I think I'm using the right word, because you know what? Sacrosanct is not a word that I've ever looked up in the dictionary, but I will look it up in the dictionary after this broadcast. Most of my vocabulary over the years has been picked up through contextual reading and understanding. And so, who knows? I've been looking up more words in the dictionary. This morning, I sat in on a presentation, and wow, have I been jumping into a lot of sales funnels lately. I 2 of which one is a micro influencers bundle ease type thing, where you contact micro influencers and see about getting quid pro um, in influence, or you can use it for business, for getting business promotions. Anyways, I got the whole bundle, even white labeled, meaning that I could sell the actual product if I wanted. It's a 4-in-1 product, and let's see, it was just under $200. So I was pretty happy. Woohoo! And that's lifetime. Uncle Bill does not like paying for things where you have to pay monthly. Monthlies, yes, Uncle Al, everything could be a con. Lots of things are con. I bought Orange Drive, and I knew it was a con. But when I bought Orange Drive, it was for basically to show that it was a con. If it looks too good and smells too good and everything else, yeah, that's probably a con. But when you've already bought a product from the person and that one worked, and then you bought another product from a person and that one worked, and there's just, like, for example, there's a group out called the Warrior Plus. Those guys I'm not too happy with, and I haven't been, actually, that's where I got Orange Drive from, is so Warrior Plus. What you find out is that it's all a question of how reputable is the vendor. And the way they get away with the white label is you're putting your name on it, so if you white label it, then yeah, they better be pretty good. And I think what the white label actually is you're not able to sell the exact same package as you got. You sell the entry level package, and then people, when they upgrade, that's where they make their money. But yeah, yeah, I've learned a little bit about those packages over the years. I totally agree, Bill. I think the UK Easter, and yeah, and growing up, I'm sure that you probably had Sunday blue laws in England, just like we had Sunday blue laws in New York State. Not all states had Sunday blue laws. I know New York doesn't have them anymore. As a kid, I hated Sunday blue laws, but as an adult, I think, you know, why not have one day a week where you just say, hey, everything's shutting down. We're not gonna force everybody to work. Although these days people, well, actually, in the United States, a lot of people don't want to work. They just think that they've been given their what are they called, the the incentive check for stimulus checks. There we go, got it. Stimulus checks. And the stimulus checks, in my opinion, didn't do what they thought they would do, because people got used to, a lot of the younger folks got used to getting stimulus checks. Not only that, anybody who had money that got a stimulus check, you know what they did come tax time? That was your income, part of it. And they added it in so that they could get you into a higher tax bracket so that they could take it all back. Because that's what happened to Uncle Bill. And I'm sure it happened to some of you too. It's funny as anything. I mean, I don't know about Uncle Al, but Uncle Al, when I got the stimulus check, I was like going, I don't even want this thing. It's going to be, I said to myself, you watch. This stimulus check is going to be more hassle than worth. And sure enough, I was doing my taxes and I was down to the last thing. And I'm looking at my federal return. I'm like, woohoo, I'm gonna get like a $3,000 return. And I'm like going, yeah. And then I got the last question. Did you get your third stimulus check? And I go, yeah, I did. Okay. So I go, yes. And it went down to under 1,000. It was like, wow, there went all that stimulus. It was like, the Lord taketh and the Lord taketh back. Of course, it isn't the Lord, it's the government. But anyways, it's 2:00. I love you all for coming. Thank you again for the support. And before I go flying out of here, I'm going to make sure to mention one more time. Everybody should go see Die Bullfrog 97. Check out his channel and check out Andrew's Simple Cooking channel. They are both amazing channels. Die Bullfrog has information and a little bit cooking, but mostly information and critique, and he keeps all the preppers in line. And Andrew's Simple Cooking has the most amazing videos on cooking known to man. And I love you guys. Thank you very much. Have a have a great rest of your day. Make every day this side of the dirt great. And I missed the end stream, didn't I? Now I'm going to have to go over here because it's a different spot. They never put it in the same spot.